Thank you, Norm, and let me say good afternoon or good evening to all of you. My name is Baz Balkisoon, for those of you who don't know me, but I have the privilege of introducing the Minister of Transportation. But before I do, I just want to thank Norm for his comments. I was a city councillor at the city of Scarborough when all of those studies went on and got completed. But I want to remind Norm, and it's only fair, I don't want to play politics, that when I left City Council, everything was still on the drawing board as being approved by Metro Council and the new City of Toronto Council. It is the existing council that has changed all of this and has caused a little bit of, if I could put, uprising in the north part of Scarborough, because both my colleague Sue and myself fully understand that we've been caught in a dilemma where as a province, we actually recognize the City of Toronto in legislation a little while ago with a memorandum of understanding that we would recognize them as a level of government with respect and let them make their own decisions from within their boundaries. They have made that decision. So if it has to change, it has to have the City of Toronto actually agree to the change. We at the province, we provide the funding, but I just want to remind many of you, back in the 80s and 90s when I first got elected, transit was billed by all three levels of government. The City of Toronto would fund 1/3, the province of Ontario would fund 1/3, and the federal government would fund 1/3. In the 1990s, the province of Ontario bought itself out by paying 3 years in advance its transit dollar commitment to the newly amalgamated City of Toronto. Many of us, including Norm, were on that council and we objected. But we were downloaded by the province of Ontario, we were amalgamated by the province of Ontario against all our wishes. Since then, the federal government also has not participated in major capital infrastructure in the City of Toronto in a significant way for you to see the kind of transit we need. The government of Ontario has been at the table continuously putting money on the table saying, we have this money available, you can build transit, you can build whatever you want, but City of Toronto, make a decision and tell us what you want. And I think all of us know that the Eglinton Crosstown is under construction. Hopefully it will proceed to completion. The Spadina subway is under construction and due to open, Stephen will tell you when, because it goes out to his riding. But we all have a bit of an agreement or disagreement on what should happen on Shepherd. I know many of you have spoken to me and said you don't agree with transit in the middle of the roadway because you see it as traffic congestion, you see the left turn movements as a headache, and you want everything underground. And I believe many of us, including myself, that live out this way, when the Shepherd subway was started and it got built to Don Mills Road, many of us had the vision that eventually it will end up at Scarborough Town Centre. And that's where now we have to get in to a bit of some work between all of us with our representatives at the City of Toronto, because that change was made and we have to ask ourselves why. But anyway, without further ado, I would let the minister tell you what his ministry is doing, what the government of Ontario has committed to, and then you will have to decide what we as a community get involved in to make sure we get the right decision on Shepherd Avenue as we've all been hoping for.